Hello, my name is Sophie Lewincamp and I'm the Ningan Project Manager. Today I'll be presenting on behalf of Nick Thieberger and Marco La Rosa. Our presentation, Nyingarn, Language Manuscripts in Archives. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung people as the traditional owners and custodians of the land in which we live and work. And I pay respects to all First Nations people listening today. The aim of Ningan is to make early manuscripts of Australian language material available, searchable, and reusable. The Ningan Project is a 3-year funded project by the Australian Research Council. We have a large team of investigators from many Australian universities, guided by an Indigenous steering committee. And here you see all our names. Manuscript sources of Australian languages are dispersed in state and national collections across Australia. Access to these manuscripts, especially the earliest records, is challenging, and the demand for their use is increasing as more language revitalisation projects are undertaken. The Ningan Project is building a system to discover, convert, present, ingest, and search as many of these records as possible. An early project that motivated Ningan was Daisy Bates Online. The project took 26,000 pages of note in Indigenous languages, mainly from Western Australia, and put them up online. It showed that it was a powerful tool to make this material, searchable and to present it on a map to locate the language geographically. And let's have a quick tour. So you can see in Bates Online that you can search by word or term. That data is then presented on a map geographically that you can click, and that will take you to a manuscript. The functionality is really user-friendly and simple. You see the manuscript on the right-hand side, the original manuscript page, transcription on the left. You can zoom in and out of that page, click on terms that are linked to other manuscripts. It's a really great resource. So the question from there was how to make a model like bates.org.au extensible, a model that would accept new manuscripts over time, building a large set of records for as many language manuscripts as possible. Each of these records would have their own permissions and license for use. The other challenge is to decipher the content within a manuscript. The text is cursive and small and often written on degraded paper. Ningan ingests documents and converts them into searchable text. So you see an example of that here. On the left-hand side is a manuscript image. It has both typeface text and cursive handwritten text. And on the right-hand side is the transcription box. So this is an automated process. The Ningan team are locating early manuscripts and following protocols to gain access to the digital images for this conversion. In this slide, you see the conceptual model for Ningan. Manuscript images and transcriptions are ingested into the workspace. They are curated, transcribed, and enriched by the user. The workspace will also accept transcriptions done by crowdsourcing platforms like Digivol and From the Page. The manuscript will move into the repository when it meets the criteria of accurate metadata, accurate transcription, and permission from the language authority and holding institution. In the repository, the user will be able to search, access, and use the manuscript for many purposes. Ningan uses RO-Crate, Object Research Crate. This is a linked data standard, and up here you see what it looks like in Ningan. Its approach is to package research data with metadata. RO-Crate describes the data in aggregate and at the individual resource level with the metadata to aim in its discoverability, reuse, and long-term management of the data. The RO crate uses JSON LD to express this metadata as linked data, describing the data resources as well as the conceptual entities such as people, organizations, as a series of linked JSON LD objects using a commonly published vocabulary, schema.org. So when the user accesses the workspace, this is what they're presented with. And this is our authenticated access that can be done through the Australian Access Federation or through a Google account. When the user is creating a manuscript item, the workspace then asks them what sort of data do they have. So the user may have done transcriptions by crowdsourcing from the page or Digivol. They may have a TI transcription, or they may need to convert a Word transcription into TI XML format using OxGarage. The workspace will also accept just manuscript images, and this allows the workspace to process them using optical character recognition. And here's some examples of that automated process. On the left-hand side, you see the manuscript image, and on the right-hand side, the transcription box. And this is an automated process. Here's another example of a cursive manuscript. We found the automated OCR process for cursive manuscripts to be about 70% accurate. That's a great start for people doing transcription work. The cool thing about Nyingarn is you can click on that transcription box and change the text. So you might have noticed back here, well, sorry, let me take you back. You might have noticed back here that this word is written as cane, but it's actually rain. So we can click on that box and make the change. The other features that Nyingarn offer is to highlight a word or a section of text and underline it, underscore, or maybe the text is unclear, even to the reader. After that, we move to metadata. As I explained before, these are standard descriptors, and it's presented in the workspace via these tabs. Drilling down a little bit further, we can add the IATSIS standard language code, and then also link that manuscript item to its geographic location on the map. The Ningan team have also used the crowdsourcing transcription platform Digivol, and this is run through the Atlas of Living Australia. And this is what their users see. The manuscript is up the top here, and underneath the transcription is being done in the box down the bottom. Once the transcription is completed, it needs to be validated by one of our team, and then it is exported out as a CSV file. That CSV file can be added to Nyingarn. You just need to make sure that the manuscript item is named consistently with that Digivol CSV file. And on the upload, Nyingarn knows that that is a file of many manuscript transcription pages, and it will break them up and present them in this manner. Once they've been uploaded and broken down back to their individual pages, the user will be requested to add the manuscript images, and they will be rejoined back. And this is a page view of the workspace that you see here. Another cool feature of Nyingarn is our ability to tag or code important information. By highlighting the text, you can tag a person, a place, maybe highlighting a bunch of text to emphasize that this is song text or song phrase. So I'm just going to take you out into the workspace and show you a little bit more. So this is the view I have, lots of manuscripts that we're testing in the workspace. I'll take you into Daisy Bates. You can see here the workspace has presented them both with the thumbnail of the original manuscript image and the transcription. click further on the individual pages. I can see the page. I can zoom in, move around on the page. I can see the transcription. I can move through the pages in this way. This transcription box offers the TI-XML markup of that transcription. If I'm happy with the transcription, I can click the completed button and move to the next page. As I've mentioned before, you can write in text if we think there's a mistake, and you can also remove that. Take you through a few more pages, click complete, and then back out here. The complete button is really nice because, as you know, you might need to check an awful lot of pages. Here we see 277 pages. The green indicates that that transcription text has been checked. Metadata, as I explained to you before, and also administration, where you can add users via their email. The Ningan Project is really important. It's a place to bring early language manuscripts together to be accessed and shared appropriately. Nyingarn is for community use. It's an important resource for language revitalization. So I'll leave you with the words of Teresa Sainty, one of our steering committee members. Ningan the Echidna travels our manuscripts collecting words to make into sentences. It is an important journey of language revitalization. Language sustains us. So if you'd like more information, please check out our website. Thank you for listening. Any questions?